This is the final part in the series I've done on digestion with a view to menopause and the impact on things like, the symptoms that we can experience, which are the bloating and the gas and the constipation, fluid retention. And so I wanted to explain that, because there are a lot of estrogen receptors in the gut, as estrogen starts to come down, it essentially impacts on bile production. So we produce less bile because we have less estrogen. And what that does is it reduces our capacity to emulsify fats and to lubricate the small intestine. So with less lubrication, there's more potential for stool elimination, and that in turn leads to bloating and constipation. So you can kind of see how that hormone dip just affects us almost instantly in the gut. So you can support bile production. There are a couple of ways you can do this. One is through, I tend to use a lot of sauerkraut. Now, sauerkraut is just a fermented vegetable, and we're talking traditionally fermented sauerkraut. But there are other fermented foods and drinks that you can bring into the diet as well. A digestive enzyme supplement that contains, for example, ox bile extract could help, because that would support your own bile production. You could bring in bitters. So you can generally buy a bottle of bitters. It's the most disgusting thing to consume, but it's great for that support. So I would encourage you to bring bitters in. And also milk thistle is another way you can support bile production. Now, if we were estrogen dominant, the reverse of the estrogen declining, if we were estrogen dominant, that would suppress progesterone. And progesterone is a natural diuretic. So you can see that if you were estrogen dominant, the side effect of that would probably be fluid retention. And that fluid retention in turn can lead to bloating. So bloating can go either way. Personally, I think it's very important to have your hormones tested and assessed very regularly. Well, I say very regularly, but regularly enough. And certainly if you're not feeling great or if you feel like things have shifted. And I would always encourage you to see a specialist or a practitioner who specializes in bioidentical hormones, because that way you're bringing in non-synthesized hormones. The bioidentical ones are going to match your own at a molecular level. So it's a more natural approach, so that you have a sense of where you are in terms of estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, etc. So I hope that's been useful as a series, and I will see you again soon for whatever the next topic is.